To each and everyone.
Good morning, sir.
How are you today?
Fine, sir.
I'm very glad to see you all here on the first day of our class.
Thank you, sir.
Let me start our class with a short story. I heard, and I think that you already heard this one, about an encounter between U.S. Navy, U.S. warships, and what you call this, a UFO. Have you heard about that?
No, sir.
I think so. So, there was an instance that the U.S. Navy was heading to Mediterranean Sea. They were still at the North Atlantic Ocean when they heard on the radio a call from a UFO instructing them to alter their course to starboard. But the U.S. Navy, the U.S. warship, ignored the call. Then again, the UFO called them back, and the U.S. Navy answered immediately and identified himself. This is USS aircraft carrier, the biggest warship in the U.S. Identify yourself. Then the UFO made a silence for a while. Then replied back, "This is a UFO. I would like you to alter your course to starboard, at least 15 degrees to your starboard." But the Americans replied back, "I told you this is USS aircraft carrier and I am inbound for Iraq to support the NATO forces. I am on a fleet of submarines and battleships. I cannot alter my course. Instead, I order you to alter your course to port side." Then the UFO identified himself, "Captain, this is Tenerife Lighthouse. I order you to alter your course to starboard." Then it's up to you to think what is best for that. Now, my topic is somewhat like a follow-up to the other instructors which we heard a while ago. This is in connection of navigation. I'm writing in steno because I was good in stenography before. And this is very broad meaning navigation, and being a navigator, it is very crucial for me, and together with the master of the vessel, it is a very crucial job to each and every one of the navigators. And mind you, some of the company uses third mate as navigators and second mates as the safety officer. I've been through with that. Once I was signing a contract as a second mate, but my job on board is for safety. No problem. Salary is the same. There was also one incident where I signed a contract as third officer, but my job on board is navigating. If we are not ready for that certain happenings on board ships, then we will be what? Maybe out of our mind, but I don't think so. Because as a Filipino officer, we already dealt that one. We know that it will be happening. So, it is a start to finish activity or a plan, and it is being called in the maritime industry as a bird-to-bird plan. But there are many restrictions, and there's a lot of planning to be done by the navigating officer, especially if especially if the navigating officer is new to his job. But you can ask the master anytime for his guidance. All you have to do is to prepare everything until news or email will come from the charterer where would like your vessel to go. But you have to prepare everything, especially for the voyage, the charts. Beforehand, it was paper and 8 days. But now, I went through and 3 to 4 ships. It is already fully automated, fully paperless activity. And so, I would like to ask any question if you remember my previous topic. If I were you, if you were on my part, I think you will do also the same. Any further questions or clarifications, if you may? Again, let me ask you a question. Or anyone would like to ask me a question from the group? Yes, Mr. Harry, I think you are raising your hands, please.
Sir, what do we call the acronym of the first stages of planning a voyage planning?
The acronym for that is APEM. APEM stands for what? Anyone would like to do instead of me? Well, to make it short, APEM is the acronym for the 4 stages of planning a voyage. It is very important for acronyms in order for us to make our planning very efficient, and the bridge team, this should be accompanied by a religious following of the plan made by the navigating officer, and it's been approved by the master. And so, some are confused. If I able to answer your question right, Mr. Harry?
Yes, sir. Completely.
So, one incident also, after laying out the course, we found out that we lost one important map that is going through inside the Swiss Canal. But thanks to the backup in one of the laptops, although it is not legal, but it's been used to save. And we used a certain chart which was not updated. But what the captain did, he called on all navigating officers, all lookouts, to look for the lighthouses and buoys to save us all. And so, don't be confused with a voyage plan from passage plan. Have you heard or have you experienced this one? It is like a toothpaste. Voyage is Colgate and passage plan is the close-up. They are all toothpaste. So just the same with our voice plan and passage plan. They are all toothpaste. They have the same meaning. So please don't be confused about that. I would like to go back to the story which I first began. It is important for the navigators to have a safe and good watchkeeping. Use the 8 days properly. It is only an aid to navigation. But if we rely on those if we rely on that too much, so there will be some problems in the future. And avoid using the VHF, the GMDSS radio for collision avoidance. And I heard that some people changed the correct meaning of GMDSS. I heard some on the radio, they're talking about that kabayan. You know that GMDSS has been changed already, its meaning. What? Are you sure? But yes. Then, would like to hear from that? GMDSS, change it to gamitin mo daw sa safety. Thank you, and we'd like to see you tomorrow.